HMS Queen Elizabeth heads into the Atlantic at last. A 3,000-mile voyage ahead of her, but not before being joined by a new squadron of helicopters.
Yeah, so coming in at that sort of 270 degrees will give us a nice, it'll be 30 off wind right, which should be okay.
These state-of-the-art Merlin Mark IVs will be used for dropping Royal Marine commandos behind enemy lines. They join the Merlin Mark IIs already on board, which will be used primarily to search out and attack enemy submarines. And from now on, the Queen Elizabeth will not be sailing alone.
Monmouth bears red 112.
HMS Monmouth, a frigate, is joining us today for the trip across the United States. So she's our bodyguard. She's built really to hunt submarines, but she's got missile systems and a gun. She is a fighting frigate.
Monmouth bears 083.
The Queen Elizabeth, a prime target for any enemy, whether Russian or not, will always be escorted by other warships and even submarines to protect her from attack.
Confirmed 6 knots.
But for this trip, it will just be the Monmouth, a chance for both ships to get used to working together.
It's now very frustrating trying to get the message across to her, but she's finally moving up to 135, our 8 cable.
And there are already problems. Monmouth's radio is down.
It's just there's comms difficulties, so we're going back to old school ways and getting it via the flashing light.
For the captain, this little hiccup is no bad thing.
Of course, we're getting back into practicing all the traditional skills of flashing light and communicating by flags, you'd be just like the Nelsonian Navy. Because in this modern day and age where every time we transmit on radios, it's detected by satellites and enemy units. So, you know, people go, what, you don't need flashing light and use of flags in the 21st century? Yeah, but you know what? It'll probably keep us alive in a fight against a state actor. Funny, isn't it?
The two ships continue west. And all the time, the helicopters practice their core skills.
Feet wet there. 80%, 90%, 93.
Honing their techniques in anti-submarine warfare and the rapid deployment of Marines into action.
First man, 2 hands on. Yeah, he's halfway down, and he's on the deck.
But perhaps above all, they have to refine their search and rescue techniques should an aircraft ever ditch or crash at sea.